Hey guys, it's Erica Chowning, nurse practitioner here at Vibrant Med. Today I have Kathy. You all probably know her when she does your treatments, your facials and peels. But today Kathy is in the patient chair because we all need to do self-maintenance. And Kathy has concerns that we all deal with, and it's always a process. So for Kathy today, we're going to touch some things up. And she's even going to talk about some of the things that concern her. So right now, I know you had already told me, but repeat kind of what your concerns are right now.
Just some hollowness like around my eyes, and maybe a little crease here and around my crow's feet.
Okay. So I've kind of done a little bit of an assessment of Kathy myself, which I always do, even when it's my employee. And I feel like the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little radius. We're going to add a little structure back. So we're going to pop her cheeks back up a little. We're going to pop these up, and we're going to hope to spread this out where she won't feel quite so bad under the eye. So if you have no support under the eye, you see when we push down, when you lose support under the eye, this looks more hollow. So we got to give her more support in here. So we're going to give her the support, which is also, she had mentioned earlier, feeling heavy in here. So it's also going to pull that up as well. So that's the big thing I'm going to focus on with the radius, the deep filler. I'm also going to pop a tiny bit in here to kind of just spackle that just a little bit, but I never want to start here on someone, because if you do this too much and the problem is we need to lift, then it starts looking unnatural. So we start high and move our way down. So once we've done this, I'll pop a tiny bit in here. I'm going to pop a tiny bit right in here where we have a little, what I call a little dip, that little sulcus. I'm going to pop that in there to keep that jawline nice and crisp. So we're only using one syringe to do a little touch up on Kathy. And then after that, we'll follow that up with the wrinkle relaxer. And today we're using Xeomin. We have Xeomin Dysport and Botox available. And we're going to do her crow's feet. We're going to do a little bit on her forehead. We're going to touch up in here. And then when she was talking about around the mouth, we've done filler before and we've done the wrinkle relaxers. For Kathy, her concern is these little lines that she gets. That's from muscle movement. She doesn't want to have big overfilled lips. And if the problem is caused by movement, then the solution is going to be a wrinkle relaxer. So we're doing the Xeomin around the lips, tiny, tiny little aliquots around the lips, and that's going to relax the lips enough so that those little, she's not pursing her lips so hard, you know, and it's going to be a little bit poutier. So she really likes that treatment a lot, and so it's just time to do that again. And then the other thing that she and I had already discussed was in the neck. She likes to treat her neck bands. So can you do this for me, Kathy? You see these little bands that come up? And hers aren't as bad as they were when we started. But these bands, when you stretch, you get this, like, these ropes coming down with age. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put a little the wrinkle relaxer in there, and that's going to relax the strength of these platysmal bands and smooth her neck out a little. So that's kind of our plan for today. Once we let all that settle, in a couple weeks, if she still feels hollow, I can pop a little Restylane under the eyes, but I prefer to do this first because I never want to treat just here, because that's usually not the only issue. And a lot of times it can be, you feel way better with what I'm going to do now, and you don't even need to resort to the other area. So that's what we're going to do today.
Awesome.